She would do all she could in order to keep the attention off of her, right? Oh, maybe not.
After Angel Reese's humiliating career transition to adult entertainment left league fans in complete disbelief, and her most recent stunt redefined what it means to be bold in the most desperate and embarrassing way possible, the WNBA has formally distanced itself from her. How can someone go so low just to get attention?
Angel Reese, which is absolutely ridiculous, and let's talk about how ridiculous it is.
She was the one who complained about being sexualized on national media, yet her Instagram profile presents an entirely different image. Really, girl? You need to be brave and not play the victim while purposefully making yourself a walking billboard for free attention.
Death threats, I've been sexualized, I've been threatened, I've been so many things, and I've stood strong.
Try staying focused on basketball instead of this absurd circus performance you've made out of your life by pretending to be harassed while your own behavior begs for forgiveness. I'm always available, which is not only hypocritical, but also absurd. We all know Angel Reese, or at least we used to remember when she played basketball, but I don't because she's much more interested in portraying the ultimate attention-seeking disaster these days than in actually playing basketball. She doesn't even begin to explain what she's doing. I mean, she's out here dressing like she's the star of some knockoff reality show, with the only prize being public humiliation, which she's getting in spades.
I do think that some of this drama, and she started some of it, to be fair, got to her.
Let's go back a moment. Once regarded as a WNBA rising talent, Angel Reese is now merely a walking, talking joke. Her most recent stunt, this girl has absolutely redefined bold, but not in the sense that anyone wants to see. The sort of daring that leaves onlookers wondering if she lost a wager or is simply attempting to crash and burn in record time, and she's doing it so skillfully that it seems like she's self-sabotage training for the World Championship.
Some rather risque sort of pictures of her in a parking garage. And in fact, we're talking about the whole Angel Reese being sexualized thing.
Angel Reese has officially turned into a sideshow after taunting Caitlin Clark on the court and now prancing around in tacky attire. She attempted to outshine Caitlin in every way possible with her trash talk and physicality attitude, but she failed spectacularly at every turn. Now, however, she's on a whole new level, competing with herself for the title of biggest public embarrassment rather than with basketball greatness.
She was being sexualized, right? She's stressed out. She's being sexualized. Nothing to see here.
Angel Reese is essentially the embodiment of self-destruction. At this point, I mean, how does someone go from being a potential basketball star to being a complete embarrassment faster than she did? It's almost impressive, but no one is impressed. Instead of mastering the game, Angel has mastered the art of making herself irrelevant, and her last desperate attempt to stay in the spotlight with those cheap, trashy outfits, please, has left her looking like a wannabe influencer who forgot she was actually supposed to be an athlete. She's officially become the laughingstock of the WNBA, if not all of women's sports, and the only thing more tragic than her attire is her total lack of self-awareness.
I've been through so much, I've seen so much, I've been attacked so many times.
The best thing is that Reese isn't even attempting to improve her image. Rather, she is enhancing it rather than waking up and thinking, maybe I should concentrate on my real career. Displaying her most recent transparent catastrophe, which caused the internet to go completely crazy. Don't get me wrong, people weren't angry. They were just incredibly humiliated for her and roasted her so harshly that I felt ashamed just by reading the comments.
Being overly sexualized. Well, what are we doing posting things like this, videos like this? Inquiring minds want to know because I'm sort of confused.
It's not as though this is her first experience with humiliation. Recall how she decided to add a little more failure to her already failing career when she was busted for using steroids? And yet she continues to act as though she has everything under control. But Angel, you've destroyed your career and no amount of tacky attire can save you. Now, Reese is digging her own grave and pretending that it's some sort of victory lap girl. You're too far gone. But wait, it gets worse. Let's talk about that famous Sports Illustrated cover. Oh, The one where Angel Reese chose to exchange her basketball jersey for what appears to be a garage sale item marked "bad decisions." Rather than making headlines for her abilities, she's making headlines for being ridiculous and willing to look to stay relevant. And the best part is that people aren't even working. They're practically dislocating their necks from rolling their eyes.
Walking through some parking garage with some, see-through apparel on, as you may see.
And let's not even talk about that audacious and self-assured act. Sure, there were a few people attempting to defend her by claiming that she owned her body or whatever other bullshit they came up with. But let's face it, the majority of people saw right through it and were more concerned with highlighting that angel than they were with celebrating her. Reese exhibits extreme hypocrisy. She's out there showing off her body in every possible way, but the second someone else remarks on it, she's the victim. How are you going to weep about being objectified when your Instagram page is essentially an endless audition for who wants to be the next big scandal?
However, the added animosity, beef, and physicality from Angel is definitely boosting interest as well.
The unfortunate thing is that things didn't have to be this way. Reese was on track to become one of the greatest WNBA players ever. She was named an All-Star in 2024 for crying out loud, but instead of focusing on her basketball prowess, she's out here flaunting her skin like it's going out of style. And guess what? People are disappointed. The few fans who still care about her career are essentially putting their hands up in defeat, while the rest of us are simply waiting for the inevitable special that will feature Angel Reese's demise. As if she hadn't been actively transforming herself into a living, breathing publicity stunt for months prior, Reese pretended to be shocked and indignant. Girl, you have over 2 million Instagram followers, and you're shocked that people are staring at you? Get real. It's almost like she wants all this attention, and then loses it when she gets it classic. Angel Reese's gaze, I'd love to say this, is all just a phase that Reese is going to wake up one day and realize the mess she's made of her career. But at this point, she's gone too far. She's not walking the line between bold and ridiculous. She's sprinted so far past that line, she can't even see it anymore. And every time she pulls one of these stunts, her credibility sinks lower and lower. What used to be a promising career in basketball has turned into nothing more than scandal after scandal. And what a few more Instagram likes, a little extra attention from tabloids, is that really worth throwing away everything you've worked for? Compare her to actual athletes like Caitlin Clark and AIA Wilson, both of whom are making headlines for their talent, their dedication, and their actual achievements in basketball. Caitlin is out here winning Rookie of the Year, and AIA is a WNBA MVP. Neither of them has ever needed to stoop to Reese's level of self-exploitation to get attention. They let their skills do the talking while Angel Reese is busy turning herself into a cautionary tale.
You said you were being sexualized, and now people are calling you out on it when you post things like this on social media.
Furthermore, Reese is not only harming herself, she is also bringing the WNBA as a whole down with her. What could have been a bright, talented career is now only a sideshow, rather than being known for her skill as a basketball player. Reese is more than just a joke. She is a tragedy who will always be remembered as the girl who couldn't stop embarrassing herself long enough to play the game. Her recent participation in the unmatched 3-on-1 women's basketball league could have been a game changer. This league is well known among big-time athletes and receives extensive media coverage on TNT Sports, but naturally, Angel Reese had to ruin it for herself rather than take advantage of the chance to start over. Her image is once again demonstrating that her only true talent these days is creating headlines for all the wrong reasons. At this rate, it's difficult to predict where it will end, but one thing is certain: Angel Reese doesn't care about basketball anymore, her fans, her team, or the sport that made her famous. All she cares about is maintaining her fame, no matter how ridiculous she has to act to get there. What's worse is that the entire WNBA is suffering as a result of it. The league and its fans deserve better than this, and Angel Reese is nothing more than a depressing reminder that no amount of talent can save you if you don't respect it.